Hi, I hope you're doing good. Welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to talk about quadratics in their many different forms, such as vertex form, standard, factored, and expanded. We're going to spend much of the time just finding the vertices of those functions. So we're going to start with a standard form of a quadratic equation. We perhaps should have just seen this form like years ago back in high school. And this form is ax squared plus bx plus c. A is the leading coefficient and b is the linear coefficient of the function. And the thing we're going to focus about is how we can find the vertex of that function. Well, this is the vertex right here is on the maximum of this specific function, and its x-coordinates is just found by negative b over 2a. Again, a is the leading coefficient and b is the linear coefficient. And its y-coordinates just found by plugging this value into the function itself. Let's go and see what I mean by that. So, the first thing we have to do is just recognizing what is your a, what is your b right here. Remember again, a is your leading coefficient, which here is 1, and b is a linear coefficient, which here is 4. So, the vertex, negative b over 2a, which is going to give me negative 4 over 2 times 1, which is 2, going to give me negative 2. This negative 2 is the x-coordinate of the vertex. How I can find the y-coordinate of this? This is so simple. Just plug this value into the function. So basically we're going to find f of negative 2. And f of negative 2 going to be negative 2 squared plus 4 times negative 2 plus 1. This is going to give me 4, negative 8 plus 1. This is going to give me negative 3. So the vertex is negative 2, negative 3. And we can actually see that visually. So if I just find x squared plus 4x and the third term was plus 1 right here, this point is the vertex. And the vertex is negative 2, negative 3 is exactly what we found right here. Let's go to the next one. Okay, recognize what is your a, what is your b. Again, remember, this is not your a because it's not the leading coefficient. The leading coefficient is this 4. Remember, x squared is the leading term, so 4 is the leading coefficient. And b is the linear coefficient, which is 12. So, the vertex, negative b over 2a, gonna give me negative 12 over 2 times 4, which is 8. This is gonna give me negative 1.5, or I can rewrite it as negative. Let's simplify this by 2, or by 4. This is gonna give me 3, this is gonna give me 2, or negative 3 over 2. Okay, I want to find the y-coordinate of the vertex. The only thing that I have to do is just find f of negative 3 over 2. This is going to give me 12 times negative 3 over 2 plus 4 times negative 3 over 2 squared plus 7. Let's simplify. So 12 simplified with 2, this is going to give me 6. 6 times negative 3 is going to give me negative 18. This is for this part of the function. And negative 3 over 2 raised to the power of 2, it's going to give me 9/4 plus 7. And this 4 will cancel out with this 4, and I'm going to get negative 18 plus 9 plus 7, and the result will be negative 2. So the vertex going to be negative 3 over 2, negative 2. This is the vertex. And we can actually see that again right here. So 12x plus 4x squared plus 7. And here you go. This is the point of interest. Again, negative 3 over 2 is the same as negative 1.5 and negative 2. So, let's go to the next. The next says, why does this happen? The reason is, the first thing we have to know is that the vertex is here at the maximum point, or at the minimum point too. And we know that the slope of this point is 0. The reason is, if I draw a horizontal line, which is the tangent of this point, this is telling me that a horizontal line has a slope of 0, right? So, and how I can connect it to here. So let's see. So the function itself is ax squared plus bx plus c. right? Another way of describing this loop is the derivative. So I can say f prime of x going to be what? Going to be 2ax plus b, right? And at this point, the vertex point, this loop is 0. So I can say this is equal to 0. When I equal this point, this function to 0, I can say subtract b from both sides. So it's going to be negative b right here and negative b right here. I'm going to have 2ax equals to negative b, and then I can divide 2a by both sides, and then I'm going to have x is equal to negative b over 2a. Now we know where this negative b over 2a come from. Alright, the next thing is the vertex form. The vertex form is in terms of a, x minus h squared plus x, where the vertex is h plus hk. And this is visually. So this is the point right here. Its x coordinate is h and its y coordinate is f of h, which is k. Let's try to find it right here. So the vertex here going to be what? Going to be h, which is 4, and k, which is 7. So this is the vertex. Let's see it visually. If I erase this guy right here, I'm going to have 3x minus 4 squared plus 7. Here you go. This is a point of interest for 7. Let's go to the next. It's in the factored form. It's so interesting. But the thing is, how can we find the vertex from this point? Well, it's so easy. The thing is, I have to know that this function has 2 roots. If I equate this to 0, I'm going to get 2 solutions. The first solution is either x minus 1 should be 0 or x minus 5 should be 0. This is going to give me x is equal to 1, and this is going to give me x is equal to 5, right? So I know these are the roots of the function. So this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4, and this is 5 right here. And I know that the function should pass or should cross the x-axis on these points 1 and 5. And since they are quadratic, I'm just drawing rough graphs. The vertex going to be somewhere in between, exactly in the middle of the 2 roots. So this is the x-coordinate. It's going to be between these 2. So now when I found the roots, which is 1 and 5, the way that I can find the midpoint is saying 1 plus 5 is 1 plus 5 divided by 2. This is going to give me 3, and exactly this point is the point 3 right here. This is 2, this is 4. So its x-coordinate is found by this, the average point of the 2 roots. How I can find now, the way that I can find the y-coordinate is just f of 3, which is going to give me 3 minus 1, which is 2, and 5, and 3 minus 5 going to give me negative 2. This is going to give me negative 4. Now I know this point right here is negative 4. Let's see that right here. So x minus 1, oops, x minus 1, out, I'm sorry, just a second, x minus 1, x minus 5. Here we go. 3, negative 4, and 3, negative 4. So this was the x-coordinate, this was the y-coordinate, so I can just put them together, 3 and negative 4. Here you go. How about the expanded form? It's expanded, but it's really messy. So the thing that I'm going to do is just expand them a little bit more depth, so I can expand this one perhaps. So 2 goes right here, I can open bracket right here, so x negative 3 squared is going to give me x squared negative 6x plus 9 negative 4x plus 1. This is going to end up with 2x squared negative 12x plus 18. This is for this part, and here we have negative 4x plus 1. If I put the terms together, so this goes with this guy right here, and this guy goes with this guy right here. So overall, I'm going to have 2x squared, negative 12x, negative 4x. It's going to give me negative 16x. Plus 18 plus 1, going to give me positive 19 right here. So after finding this organized, expanded form, now I can say that the vertex going to be negative b over 2a and f of negative b over 2a. So negative b over 2a, what is my a, what is my b? This is my a, this is my b, which is negative 16, and a is 2. So it's going to give me negative 16 over 2 times 2, which is 4. So negative, it's going to give me positive. 16 over 4 is going to give me 4. So this is the x coordinate, and then I'm going to find f of 4. I have two options. Either I just plugged it right here in this form or in this form. It doesn't matter. Both of them are the same thing. This is the expanded form of this guy right here. So I'm going to choose this one because this is more easier. It's going to give me 2 times 4 minus 3 squared, negative 4 times 4 plus 1. This is going to give me 1. 4 minus 3 is going to give me 1, and 1 squared is 1 times 2. Or this guy is going to give me 2 minus 4 times 4 is going to give me 16 and plus 1. So I'm going to end up with 2 minus 16, which is negative 14 plus 1, negative 13. So the vertex right here is the point for negative 13. Let's go and see it. So this is going to give me 2x minus 3 squared negative 4x plus 1. This is the point of interest right here, which is 4 and negative 13. As we can see right here, we also found it as 4, negative 13. Now, what is the application of this vertex? The application is just simply I can say that if this guy just shooting another guy and the bullet just goes in a certain speed, and we can just write the function of the height in respect to the time as negative 5t squared plus 20t plus 2, we are required to find the time of the maximum height and find the maximum height itself. Okay, the thing is right here, so this is the height in respect to time. So now I know that right here, this is the x-axis and this is the y-axis. So time is represented by the x values and the height represented by the y values. So this is the point of interest. So we want to find the x coordinate, which is the time right here, the time, and we also want to find the maximum height, which is the y coordinates of the vertex. So this has x, this has y. This x shows me the time and the y shows me the height. So we need to find the vertex itself. Then we can find it just the same, negative b over 2a. So this is my a is negative 5 and b is 20. So negative b over 2a going to give me negative 20 over negative 5 times 2 going to give me negative 10. So the x coordinate right here is the point 2, which is time. I can say 2 seconds. And the height is going to be f of 2, which is going to give me negative 5 times 2 squared plus 20 times 2 plus 2. This is going to give me 4 times negative 5 plus 40 plus 2. This is going to give me negative 20 plus 40, going to give me 20 plus 2, going to give me 22. So this point is 22, or I can rewrite the vertex as 2, 22. Let's see it. So it was negative 5t squared plus 20t plus 2. Okay, let's just rewrite it as terms of x. I'm sorry, here we go. Here we go. Now we can see it. This is the point of interest, which is 2 and 22. This 2 was the x coordinate, this is the y coordinate, so I can't put them together. I'm gonna get 2, 22. And here you go. So this was the end of this video. I hope you learned the vertices and everything. Hope to see you next video. Have a good day.